Hello friends, this is Professor Sagar Birje, and I welcome you all for the online class of analog and digital electronics. So, in this session, we are going to see how a product of some function or expression can be reduced using K-map. So, in my previous video sessions, we have seen the K-map being applied on sum of product form. So there we considered the mean terms in formation of a K-map and reducing the function. Here we are going to use the max term and we are going to group the zeros instead of ones and have a simplified expression for the given product of some function. Okay, so let us move on in understanding how we simplify the product of some form expression using K-map. So let us take the example, the first example where we have f of a comma b comma c is equal to the symbol students you find here I have used is pi instead of summation. Summation is used for mean term, sum of product form expression, and pi represents the max term in a product of sum form expression. Okay, so pi of capital M, there we used a small m. Okay, 0, 1 and 3. Fine. So let me plot the K-map for this 3 variable function which is in a product of sum form. So A, B, C, I represent again A bar and A, B bar, C bar, B bar, C, B, C and B, C bar. Okay. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay. So 0, 1 and 3. So 0, 1 and 3. So in this 0 is considered as a max term. Okay, we are going to replace the cells with zeros, not with ones. So 1 was representing a mean term, here 0 is going to represent the max term, which we have already discussed in your previous videos of product of sum and sum of product form expression. Okay, so here instead of putting a ones in these cells, I am going to put a zeros in this particular cells, 0, 1 and 3. Okay, so the other cells obviously we are going to replace it by 1. Now here understand that in a product of some form expression, that is a max term expression, whenever we have this pi, what is that? We are going to group the zeros, not the ones. The ones grouping was done whenever we had the mean term expression. Now here we have the max term expression which is in a product of some form. Okay, so here I am going to group these zeros. So what I am going to do? I am going to group this. Okay, these two zeros are adjacent to each other. The expression that will come out for this is, what is the expression what we have? So for these two zeros we have a bar, and for the other two we have the constant term is what? A bar, B bar. Okay, let us now represent it in a product term only. Now the other two zeros are, I am going to group this. What is the answer? We have A bar and the constant term among these two product term is C, because B is changing here, B, and here it is changing it to B bar. So I consider it as C. So expression what I am going to get. Okay. So normally if you see here, as we are representing zeros here, so the function f will be represented by bar. So the function f will be represented by bar. So let me take this as expression 1 and this as expression 2. So f equal to 1 plus 2. F is equal to 1 plus 2. So what I am going to do? I am going to represent that f bar. What is 1? It is A bar, B bar, plus the second term is A bar, C. Okay. Now these expressions are in a sum of product form, but I have to evaluate it in a product of sum form. So what I am supposed to do? So here I am going to apply De Morgan's theorem. Okay. So I am going to apply De Morgan's law. Okay. We are going to take the complement. We are going to take the complement on both the side. Okay. For this, I am going to take the complement of both the sides. So first, I will write the expression f bar is equal to a bar b bar plus a bar c. So what does it say? By applying the De Morgan theorem, I have to take the complement on both the sides. Complement in the sense, I will say f double bar equal to a bar b bar plus a bar c whole bar. I am going to put it into bracket. I am going to put it as a bar. So when I apply this De Morgan's theorem, what will happen? F double bar becomes f double bar becomes f, and here I am going to split. So here it becomes a bar b bar whole bar. The plus symbol will be converted into a multiplication symbol, that is the AND gets converted into OR and the OR gets converted into AND. So the plus represents OR and the dot represents AND. So here after removing the bar, what will happen? The plus symbol will be converted into a dot symbol. So here a bar C whole bar. Okay. So this is the first step. What will be the next step? So see here, take the first grouping a bar into b bar. So a bar into b bar, what will happen here? I consider this a bar into b bar, what will happen here? Okay, f is equal to, just check here, a double bar, when this bar goes a double bar, a dot symbol will be becoming a plus symbol, b double bar into a double bar plus c. C doesn't have any bar here, so here bar will come. Okay, and the final expression which will be as a double bar will be a plus b double bar will be b and a double bar will be a plus c bar. So this is how the final expression that you get, when it comes to simplifying of the given product of sum expression. So this is one way of simplifying it. Okay, the other way of simplifying it also will be discussed. Fine. So hope you have understood the first example of K-map using the max term. So here the max terms are always represented by zeros and mean terms are represented by ones here. So as there are no mean terms, we are going to consider the max terms. The other cells are replaced by ones. Let's move on to the second example of on product of sum expression. So the second example what we have is for the given function f of a comma b comma c equal to pi of m 0, 1, 3, 4 and 7. Let us draw the K-map for this. So as we have three variables a, b and c, we plot the K-map and put the max term into their respective cells. So here we have a bar and a, b bar, c bar, b bar, c, b, c and b, c bar. So let us note down the cell numbers and then represent those max terms in their respective cells. So we are representing a 0 here, 0, 0, 0, 0 and 0. So the remaining cells either you can represent it by 1. Here we'll keep these cells empty so that we can group the respective max terms easily for our understanding. So let us start the grouping. We have to go with the grouping of 8, 4, 2. So 4 grouping is not possible, and so let us move on to the 2 grouping. So here the first grouping, what we are going to do is these two, the cell number 0 and cell number 4. Fine. So let us mark it as the first group. Then we have the second group that is coming out, group number 2, and then we have group number 3 coming out. Okay, 1, 2 and 3. Fine. So as it is the max term and we are representing zeros here, so we will treat it as f bar. F in the sum of product form we take it as f, but in the product of sum form we are taking it as f bar. The reason behind it is here we are using zeros as a max term, where there we are using mean term where it will be represented by 1. So here we are representing the function f as f bar. So 1 plus 2 plus 3. Okay. So what is this? 1 is what? What will come out? It will be B bar, C bar, because A and A bar are changing. So the constant term for the first grouping of the cell is B bar, C bar. For the second grouping it is A bar, and it will be C. Okay. Why? Because for these two terms it is A bar, for this 0 cell it is B bar C, and for this cell it is BC. The constant term here is C. So we are going to take that, and the third grouping what we are going to have is BC. Fine. Now we are going to apply the De Morgan's law. We are going to apply De Morgan's law, and by taking the complement on both the sides, we have, okay, f double bar equal to B bar C bar plus A bar C plus BC whole bar. Fine. Now f double bar becomes f. The complement of sum is equal to product of individual complement, and the complement of product is the sum of individual complement. This is what the De Morgan law suggests. So according to that, whenever we go for a complement, we have to go. So here it is a sum of product. So complement of a sum is equal to the product of individual complement. So here what happens? B bar, C bar, whole bar. The plus symbol will be converted into a dot symbol, that is OR gate will be converted into a AND gate. Okay. Then A bar C whole bar and B C whole bar. Fine. Now these plus terms we are converting into the product term here. Fine. So the next step will be to find the complement of the individual term. So here what will happen? It will be B double bar plus C double bar, okay, then A double bar plus C bar, and then B bar plus C bar. So here what happens? You still more simplify. B double bar becomes B plus C, A plus C bar, and B bar plus C bar. So this is what the final term that you get it. Fine. After the grouping of the max terms in this particular example. Hope you have understood it. So let us move on to the next example of your product of sum expression. So let us move on to the next example of the product of sum expression. Let us take the, now let us move on to the 4 variable example. A comma B comma C comma D equal to pi of m 0 comma 6 comma 7 comma 8, you have 12, 13, 14 and 15. Okay, now let us plot the K-map for this. Yes, after representing the cells, now what is that? It is time for representing the max term in those respective cells. The max terms present are 0, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14 and 15. So 0, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14 and 15. So we are going to represent those max terms in those respective cells. The remaining cells you can put it 1, okay, or you can just leave it, so that for us grouping becomes much more easier. Now go for the grouping of those max terms. So here you can see there are 4 ones present. So let me group this all 4 ones. Okay, so I term it as 1. Now the next, there are another 4 zeros present. I group these 4 ones. I name this group as 2, and then what you can see here, there is a 0 available here, and there is adjacent 0 available here, and there is also an adjacent 0 available here. So this 0 is already grouped with the next cell. So I can group this 0 with this one, and now I name it as group number 3, okay, and then we'll write the function f for that. So f bar is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3, okay. So group number 1, what is the expression that is coming out? So if you can see on the top end of your K map, all the variables are changing. So the only constant variable is AB. So I keep it AB plus group number 2. Okay, what are those? The constant term on the left hand side of the K map is B. So I keep it B. And on the top of the K map, what is the constant term? C. Because D and D bar are changing here. Okay. So the third product term, what we are going to have is, so this and this. So you can find out for this and this, what is this? You can see the constant term is B bar. So B bar, and for these two terms it is C bar, D bar. Okay. Now applying the De Morgan's law, the complement of the sum is equal to the product of individual complement. This is the first law, and the second law says that the complement of a product is equal to the sum of individual complement. So here we have taking the complement on both the side, we have f double bar equal to AB plus BC plus B bar C bar D bar whole bar equal to AB whole bar into BC whole bar into B bar C bar D bar whole bar. So here what happens? A bar plus B bar here B bar plus C bar, and here B plus C plus D. So this is what the final term that you get after taking the complement of the given product sum of product expression. Now it is converted into product of sum expression. Okay, so this is how normally we solve this example for a product of sum expression. Fine. So hope you have understood this. Let us move on to the next example, or before that we'll have a simplified version of the same example here. You can see that here we need to convert a given sum of product expression into a product of sum expression. Okay, so this can be avoided and we can directly convert the given expression into a product of sum expression instead of applying your De Morgan's theorem. So the concept remains the same here. First you need to plot the K-map for this. So A, B, C and D. Okay. So here what you have to do is this. So in product of sum, as we are going to take 0 as an priority, so here it will be A plus B, A plus B bar. So 1 represents the complement form here and the 0 represents the uncomplemented form. So here A bar is being treated as A and B is being treated as B bar. So A bar B bar becomes A plus B. So here A plus B becomes A bar plus B bar and this becomes A bar plus B. Okay. Now here also C bar D bar becomes C plus D. C bar D becomes C plus D bar, C bar plus D bar because this is CD, and C bar plus D because this is C D bar. Okay, so this is how normally we write it. Now plotting the cells 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Okay. Now let us put those zeros here, 0, 0. Then we have in 6, 7, okay, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Now just plot, group those cells according to the last one here and this one, okay, and this. Okay, so what happens here? Now see, for these two, this grouping, what we have, A bar plus B bar. Okay, because all the other terms are changing. For these 4 cells, so cells grouping, okay, what is that we find? B bar is the constant term, B bar plus, here you can find C bar, and then for these two zeros, what is the common term? B plus C plus D. So the final term F is going to be B bar plus C bar plus A bar plus B bar plus B plus C plus D. Sorry. Excuse me. Yeah. So as we are going to represent the product of some term, so it becomes B bar plus C bar into A bar plus B bar into B plus C plus D. Okay. So this is how normally we represent directly the product of some expression. Okay. So as you are previously familiar with sum of product expression, so I took the example of this. Okay, so let us move on to the next example of your product of sum expression. So let us take the next example what we have. Okay, so f of w, x, y and z equal to pi of 0, 1, 8, 9, 10, 12 and 13. So let us plot the K-map for the given expression. Okay, so it is 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. So W, X, Y and Z. So here what happens? Okay, W plus X. So A bar, B bar is W bar, X bar. It is here what you have W plus X bar, W bar plus X bar, and here what happens? W bar plus X. Here it is Y bar plus Z bar. Then you have Y plus Z bar, Y bar, sorry, Y bar plus Z bar, and then Y bar plus Z. So this is what I have taken, directly converting. Now 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Let us represent the cells with the max terms 0, 1, then 8, 9, 10, 12 and 13. Fine. Now what is that we are going to do? We are going to group those cells. So here what you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 cells which are adjacent to each other. Okay. So what is the answer that is coming out? For these 4 cells, you can find W bar plus X bar and W bar plus X. So what is the common term? W bar. Yes, W bar. Fine. And for these 4 terms on the top and corner, what is the common term? Plus Y. Okay. Now you can see for these 2 terms there are adjacent terms present here. So what I do, I group this term with these 2 cells. Okay, so for this particular grouping of these 2 zeros and these 2 zeros, what we have, it is W plus X, this one and this one. So W plus X and W bar plus X. What comes out? The constant term is X. The constant term is X, and for these 2 zeros and these 2 zeros, it is Y plus Z and Y plus Z bar. So what is the constant term? Plus Y. And then we have this 0 and this 0 which are adjacent. So you can group this and you can group this. So for these 2 zeros, it is W bar plus X. So I write the expression here, W bar plus X. For this 0, as I have grouped this and this, so for this 0 it is Y plus Z, and for this 0 it is Y bar plus Z. So what is the constant term? Z is the constant term plus Z. So the final expression F is going to be W bar plus Y into X plus Y into W bar plus X plus Z. Okay. So this is how we can solve the given product of sum expression using your K-map. Okay. So hope you people have understood the conversion of product of sum expression using a K-map. How do we simplify the product of sum expression in a effective way using a graphical method called as K-map. So if you practice some more examples, probably you will be able to understand the concept and the concept of applying the product of sum rules in converting into a respective expression in a better way. Thank you for